Thanks, Francis. Now, and South African political parties have been weighing in on the developments that have been taking place in Zimbabwe. This is what they had to say.
One must never celebrate a coup. This is not something that you celebrate. We hope that the people of Zimbabwe will speedily find a solution to their problem. We also know that under these circumstances, the organ of SADC, the Peace and Security Council of the African Union, will probably meet very urgently to see how best to assist with a peaceful process in Zimbabwe.
We call on President Robert Mugabe to resign immediately, that the Zimbabweans go to the polls, that we have a constitution that safeguards them from a dictatorship, and we continue to call for calm and peace in the area that ensures that there's no clash between the military, the police and other organs of state and citizens.
We must support this because Zimbabwe cannot deteriorate any further. We also finally call on the South African government to be prepared to give President Mugabe political asylum, precisely to aid the process of peace and to make sure that the Zimbabweans make the necessary transition to civilian stability and rules possible.
All we appeal is to the leaders of Zimbabwe, including the army, to find an amicable solution to promote social and economic stability. And also we request that the South African government use its diplomatic prowess to ensure that the stalemate is averted in Zimbabwe and things can normalize as quickly as possible.
Well, it is said that change in Zimbabwe had to come this way. But the lesson for us all, particularly for party leaders and political leaders in particular, is that not one single family can own a country and can rule the country the way they want to. Arrogance and abuse of people will ultimately come to an end.
Mugabe and all the governments in Africa should take note that you can't suppress your people all the way only for so long. Then the military will intervene and to try to restore some justice. And we hope that that will be the end result in Zimbabwe.
South Africa's approach must always be to try and encourage engagement and dialogue. We shouldn't allow things to flare out of control, because if things go wrong in Zimbabwe, we are the neighbors, we are the people who are going to bear the consequences.
We are in contact with Zimbabweans and progressives, both in South Africa and in Zimbabwe, to gather our own facts and analyze the situation. Once we have done so, we are going to comment comprehensively. What we want to do is to become accurate in our comment about what is going on in Zimbabwe.